Have you ever stopped and just thought about how much your life has changed? The things you did, say, 10 years ago, it probably feels like a completely different world now, right? Well, in English, we've got this really cool, really neat way to talk about those shifts from the past to the present. So let's dive in and totally master the grammar of change.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. 10 years ago, a lot of us were still listening to CDs. Can you believe it? And now, we stream absolutely everything. We used to be, tied to our landlines, but today, it's all about smartphones, obviously. This idea of constant change, that's exactly what we're going to dig into today.
Okay, so let's start with the past, the way things were. How do we actually talk about something that was a regular part of our life but just isn't anymore? Well, we use this super simple but really powerful phrase, used to.
So here's the deal with this phrase, the main takeaway. Used to is all about describing a habit or a situation from the past that's just not true anymore. The second you say you used to do something, you're automatically telling the other person that you don't do it now. It creates this super clear contrast between your past and your present. It's awesome.
Okay, let's look at a perfect example here. I used to have an iPhone. This one little sentence, it packs in so much information. It tells us that, in the past, I had an iPhone, and now I don't. It's kind of like a little time machine in a sentence, isn't it? Here's another really common one. I used to smoke. The meaning is crystal clear, right? Instantly. The habit was there in the past, but now it's done, it's finished. And what's so cool about this is you don't even have to say, but now I don't. Nope. The phrase used to does all of that heavy lifting for you. And check this out. This shows how used to works for big life situations too, not just, small habits. I used to live in an apartment. Boom. Instantly, we get a whole story of change in your life. It's so simple, so powerful, and just incredibly useful.
Okay, but what about the flip side of that? The other side of the coin. What if you didn't do something in the past, but now you do? Well, for that, we just flip it and use the negative form. Let's check out how that works.
So, didn't used to is the perfect mirror image. It's what we use to talk about a brand new habit or situation in our lives. It's basically you saying, hey, this wasn't my reality before, but guess what? It is now. It's another really powerful way to show that change, that transformation. For example, I didn't used to drive a car. So what's that tell us? Pretty simple, right? In the past, no driving. Now, I'm on the road. It just perfectly captures a new skill or a big change in my routine. Or how about this one? A classic lifestyle change. I didn't used to eat vegetables. Ha! This one immediately tells you that my diet has gotten way better. I didn't touch them in the past, but now I do. Simple as that. And for a super recent example that we can all relate to, think about this. We didn't used to wear masks. For most of us, that was totally true before 2020, right? But now it's become a daily thing. This really shows how this one little phrase can capture massive, recent changes in the entire world.
Okay, so you've totally got the basic idea now. Awesome. But if you want to sound really natural, there are two, let's call them golden rules, you absolutely need to remember. Nailing these two things is going to make a huge difference in how fluent you sound, I promise.
Yeah, these are the two most common mistakes people make, but the good news is they're super easy to fix. First up, used to always needs an action word, a verb, right after it. And second, there's a tiny but really important spelling change you got to watch out for. All right, let's break down rule number 1. You just can't say, I used to beer. It sounds weird, right? And why? Well, because beer is a thing, a noun. You need the action. What did you do with the beer? You used to drink it, see? Same thing with the car. I didn't used to car. Nope. The verb you're looking for is drive. So just remember, always follow used to with a verb. And now for the spelling secret. And guys, this is a big one, so listen up. Look really closely here. In a positive sentence, we say, I used to play with a D. But when we make it negative, poof, the D vanishes. It becomes, I didn't used to. Now, why is that? It's actually super simple. The word didn't is already in the past tense, so it does all the past tense work for us. We don't need the D on use anymore. It's redundant.
All right, that's enough of me talking. It's time for you to do something. Let's take everything you've just learned and apply it directly to your own life, your own experiences.
So I want you to actually do this. Just pause for a second and really think. How has your life changed in the last 10 years? What's one thing you used to do that you don't do anymore? And on the flip side, what's something new that you do now that you didn't used to do? And hey, if you're feeling a little stuck, no worries at all. You can use some of these ideas to get your brain going. For instance, maybe you used to have long hair. Or, I don't know, maybe you didn't used to like spicy food, but now you love it. Just give it a shot. Try to make a couple of sentences about you.
Awesome job. Seriously. Okay, before we wrap this up, let's do a super quick recap of the main points, just to make sure everything is totally crystal clear in your head.
Okay, so here's everything you need to know in a nutshell. Used to is for old habits, things in the past that are finished. Didn't used to is for new habits, things you do today. And those two golden rules? Rule 1, always follow it with a verb. And Rule 2, remember to drop that D when you say didn't used to.
And I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Imagine it's 10 years from now. When you look back on your life today, what will you say you used to do? What new things will be part of your daily life? I mean, change is the one thing that's always happening, and now you have the perfect English tool to talk about it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.